Welcome to Walking with Jesus Bible Study. We're going to be in the book of Proverbs, chapter 12, verse 18. There is that speaketh like the piercings of a sword, but the tongue of the wise is health. Let me repeat that. There is that speaketh like the piercings of a sword, but the tongue of the wise is health. Words are very powerful. We've also been told in the scriptures that you speak life and death out of your mouth, to pay attention closely to what you say, to what you speak. Choose your words very carefully, because they can either pierce others with hate or with love, contentment, judgment. They can scorn, or they can just lift each other's up with encouragement, compassion, guidance, and understanding. God tells us to put away our reckless words that inflict wounds, but instead He asks us to use our words wisely so that we may be agents of healing, of love, and of grace. I have said this many times throughout my life as a person who's been abused and pretty much any and everything that you can imagine, both physically, mentally, and verbally. That I have sit here and said that sometimes, you know what, the words that came out of somebody's mouth punch, stab, and hit harder than if you was to actually stab somebody, punch them. They cut deep. They hurt worse. I've been shot at, I've been stabbed, I've been hit, I've been punched, you name it. And there has been times that certain words that came out of certain people's mouth has did more damage than any of those things have ever did. And when they come from somebody who you think you just love tremendously, how they just cut so deep. You can't take back the things that you have said. You can't take back the things that you have done. And though I have always, I've had so many things done that I can remember almost all of them. I'll tell you what, though, I remember more every detail of the words that was ever spoken than some of the actions that have been put upon me. Words are very powerful. They have an everlasting effect on people. And we don't even have to know the people. We don't even have to know them for them to lay a permanent effect on somebody's life. When we think of bullying, the people who speak about it, even though the people have done horrific things to them, it seems like the most things that affected those persons was the mental and verbal words that was put upon them. It wasn't just being like, or stuffed in a locker, or done all kinds of horrible things like dumping food on them and stupid stuff like that, but the words that the people choose to say to those people has affected those people mentally and longer than any of the actions that was done to them. There's a lot of people to this day, more so nowadays, that is so cruel, and this world has gotten to be so evil that it's no longer seen as bad or wrong, that, oh, you need to shake it off because it was just joking. That they have taken such abusiveness to a matter of like, it doesn't matter, it's a joke and you need to get over it. And they wonder why we have so many people who commit suicide due to the words that other people choose to say and to do. Whether it be at home or at school. A lot of people forget that even though we are adults, supposed to be adults, and we are at a workplace, the work establishes that all that high school drama and bullcrap was left at high school, and you couldn't be more wrong. In fact, I can tell you right now that as adults, and I'm going to say this, I think that more grown people act more harshly and more cruel than most of the people in high school in the immaturity. And what's so sad about it is that they're grown and they should know better. But yet these people have not grown up. These people have not matured. And we've all heard it. We've all been told that those who sit there and bully and do something to somebody secretly has something tormenting them. That's why they put these pain upon other people. So if we're wondering why the world is coming out with more cruelty, it's because there is so much cruelty in the world, so much negative in the world, so much abuse happening throughout the world. Let me tell you something. The Bible tells us that in the times, as each time and each day goes by, that the evil will turn good and the good will become evil. And you can see it. The way people treat and the way people act, they just don't care. You're almost crazy if you have respect towards somebody, if you have manners toward people, or if you act right. People is gone crazy. It has flipped its script. You know, you can see people sitting here making podcasts and videos talking about, man, have you ever, and I just know I seen one not too long ago where they started talking about football players because, you know, they have to travel, and they said, man, you just know, them southern people with their respect and their mannerism. The people are just shocked that they have people saying, the kids saying, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. It is crazy. I say that all the time, and I tell my kids all the time. Not only was I, because my dad was military, so we had that respect. I mean, I've always done that, and throughout my life, when I was outside somewhere that wasn't in the southern states, you know, when you was speaking to somebody, they took an offense to be called a ma'am and sir, and the ignorance of these people to be offended by such thing says a lot. I am not, oh, do not call me that. First of all, you don't even know the meaning of the word. Because people don't have manners. They've not been taught that. They don't respect their elders. They don't respect their parents. They don't respect other people. The world has lost its mind because all that comes down to is everything is now being placed about me. What are you going to do for me? What about me? Look at me. This is my platform. It's all about me. Look what I did. Me, 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 me. One of the main things to become an idol is self-idolatry. And that is what Satan is trying to get everybody to live and only focus and only to care about. They don't care who they've overcome and what they've done to get there, as long as they have done what they needed to do. And you can see the rise of these children on YouTubers that is becoming famous, all on hurting other people because they think it's funny. And people need to enlighten